expensive but cheap.
Expensive but cheap. Hello and welcome to another guitar channel. Another guitar channel is the channel for all those guitarists who cannot play the guitar, but they love to turn the knobs. And as well, I am promoting self-servicing, you know, making guitars, changing the pickups in the guitars and things like that. So everything which is not connected with playing the guitar, but you know what people love. I'm here with Crowe from, as you can see, Crimson Guitars. How your journey, how your journey with the guitar started? Like when was it? How old were you? What was your first guitar?
Okay.
Because you are the guitarist as well, not only the luthier.
Yeah,
that's what I assume, actually.
I play guitar. I'm not a guitarist.
So welcome to my channel. That's the channel.
I could never make a living playing. But yeah, very basically, I was a teenager, as we all are. I wanted to get a girlfriend. I couldn't get a girlfriend, so I got a guitar. So I got a girlfriend. It's fine.
Is it? Did it work for you? It didn't work for me. Really.
It worked for me for once. So my first guitars was 9-string classical, and then a steel string, and then a horrible cheap 60s, 70s Telecaster copy that was just not worth owning. And I realized that I realized one day that if somebody had made something, then I could make that thing.
Okay.
With a little bit of effort and time.
And that's how you started to make the guitars for yourself first?
Exactly.
Or for your friends?
I was like, I can't afford the guitar I want. I'm going to try and make the guitar I want.
Did you go for any lessons? Did you have any guy?
Early on.
Because it's not an easy thing to make guitars, really. It is easy if you go into that. It's becoming easy. But the first thing when you're starting is like, oh my God, it's all those threads, all those measurements and everything. It's like
you do things slowly though. So I had a guitar that my uncle gave me. I didn't like the headstock, so I got a saw and I changed the headstock.
Okay.
And you do that, and then you take the neck off and put it on another body. You do it fine. These days, you look on YouTube videos, my channel, your channel, and you see things.
Stuart McDonald as well is making nice videos.
Yeah, we don't talk about them. That's fine.
Okay, I'll cut it.
We're good. But yeah, there's a lot of content available nowadays. I have a guitar building school. We have 600, 700 students come to me a year to learn how to make guitars. Come to Dorset, learn how to make a guitar.
After they finish, are they making guitars and they're doing it for a living, or because when you say like 700 luthiers going a year out of your school,
okay,
are they all making guitars and all working in the industry? It's impossible.
Most people are IT, computer, office workers. They want to make themselves a guitar, and they want to make themselves guitars in their garage. So that's most of the people. We have people come for a week course, a 2-week course, and they'll build a Telecaster or a Stratocaster, or they go and they do a carved top. Tom, pass me that. Yep. This here is a guitar that one of our students made. It's his first guitar with us.
Really?
He's built a bass before, I think.
No, it looks like
he made this. This is the first guitar he made, and it's perfect.
Looks stunning, yeah.
Absolutely spot on. And this is the sort of thing that you can do. Now, if you come for a week's course, you're not going to be a luthier. You're going to know how to make a guitar, but there's still a lot to learn. I'm still learning now. I've built hundreds of guitars. We do a 3-month course, which is what this gentleman's doing, and you come and you do 3 months, you build 3 or 4 guitars, and then you can become a luthier. There are 3 people here at the guitar show here who I taught how to make guitars.
Yeah, Valenti guitars, for example, from Italy. He came, but he wasn't going to school.
No, he was my apprentice.
He was your apprentice because he was already making the guitars.
Exactly.
But that's work. He's going out of your school in some way,
Exactly. Yeah. So essentially, we can teach you if you want to be a career, but I would say come for a 3-month course, or do a 2-week course and then go away and learn on your own, and then come back and do more. And
how much is the course?
It varies from £1,000 to £4,000, depending on what you want.
So it's still affordable.
It's affordable. If you want to do this as a career, it's not an easy career. It's not an easy career.
Of course, especially with the competition now. if you love it, you're gonna put some. Let's say we don't use the magic that you're gonna put some heart, but from other hand, you are putting some of your passion, and actually it becomes. If your passion becomes your job and you earn money of it, that's the dream, isn't it? The dream.
Look at me. I love my life.
Exactly. How was it at the beginning? Did you go to work normally and then you make it on the side, or you just had the opportunity, or you were lucky enough to put everything on one card and start making guitars, and that's what you're going to do? How was it?
Okay, so I did study how to make violins. So I went to college. I knew I wanted to build guitars. I started on my own, and then I went to college to learn how to build early Baroque instruments, viola da gammas and violins and things like that.
That's much more complicated than electric guitar.
I learned hand tools, I learned chisels and blades and all that, and I love it. You should check out vintagetoolshop.com, my other company. I love vintage tools too much. And while I was learning to build violins, I started my company building electric guitars. And I did it in my garage, I did it in my shed, and I worked and I worked and I worked. I started the YouTube channel, and I started making tools for guitar builders.
That's what I was to ask next.
Started teaching.
Where the tool making comes out. Was it like that when you started there was no tools on the market that actually you could work with, or you were happy with how you could? That's what I mean.
You talked about StewMac before. When I began, I had 3 StewMac fret leveling files. All 3 of them were bent. They weren't straight. You can't level frets with a file that isn't straight.
Exactly.
And I had this, and I spent lots of money on them, and I said, well, I'm going to make my own. And I failed the first time, I failed the second time, I failed the 5th time. 6th one, really good. 10th one I sold, and suddenly I'm selling a lot. And most guitar builders will struggle to sell guitars, but they don't have a problem selling repairs. And they make most of their living fixing guitars, and then they sell a guitar, and that's the fun thing. For me, we teach, we make tools, and now we're making some of the best guitars in the world.
So do you have the department making services as well, like you mentioned now, or is it just those?
Don't do repairs.
You don't do repairs anymore.
Repairs at all, no.
Where is all those ideas coming? Okay, let's start with this one. That's it looks like an old furniture from 70s. That's what I would say. It looks very, very strange actually.
So this
or
one,
is it made of a chair or what?
One piece of wood, and then I cut and I cut and I cut and I cut and I pull it apart.
Okay.
And I just wanted to see if I could do it. Period.
And is it how I think it's like a year old at the moment or something like that?
Yeah,
Is it stable with this construction? Everything. When you're talking wood, there is like a big conversation between people playing the guitar, making guitars, about the wood being involved in making the tone of the guitar. What's your answer for it? Is it something like that? Oh, okay, I can see.
It's a lie.
Is it? So it's not like I don't know. Alder is making these punchy noises. Mahogany is making the guitar sounds more muddy and things like that. How about it?
It's mostly bullshit.
Okay.
It's mostly bullshit.
Thank you.
Listen, so you've got tone, you've got sustain. Okay? Sustain is very, very much affected by the type of wood. So if you've got a very soft wood, you won't have very much sustain. If you've got a very hard wood, you'll have lots of sustain.
Okay.
So yes, if you think that sustain and tone are the same sort of thing, then the wood does have a bigger effect than otherwise. But for whether it's warmer or softer or whatever, your pickups, your electronics, your lead, your amp, it's all part of a great big recipe. And the wood and the construction of the guitar are a small part of that recipe. It does make a little difference, but it's the same as the difference between you having, wet weather tires or not quite wet weather tires on your car. You can't really feel the difference unless it's really raining. Okay.
What about hardware, like a metal parts?
Okay,
the nut, frets, all those parts.
That does make a difference. But again, so the hardware is maybe 5% of the sound.
Is it?
The wood is maybe 5% of the sound. Unless you've got really cheap, really soft hardware made out of, pot metal, then yes, that would make a difference. But the wood is 5 or 10%, the metal is 5 or 10%, the construction is maybe 2 or 3%. A set neck versus a bolt neck,
That doesn't really make a difference.
as long as the joint is fine,
Yeah, exactly.
your guitar sounds fine. Yeah, and we make amazing guitars that are as solid and as well put together as humanly possible. And if I want to change the sound, I change the pickups, I change the capacitor, I change the pots. That has more of a thing to
Amplifier
do with
and
an
the
electric
speaker
guitar.
and the speaker as well.
The speaker in your cabinet.
I think that's the most important
It's
part.
so
anyway.
much more important than the wood. I use mahoganies and sycamores and rosewoods and ziricotes and things like that because they are pretty and because I like them and because they're solid and stable.
And that's what most of the luthiers actually are saying, but it's more the look of the guitar, the look of the wood, which is inspiring them how to book match, how to cut the wood out of the bigger plank and things like that. And it is. I've heard many stories. I've heard stories about the frets as well, but frets are change the sound, and I would go if it's stainless steel, I can hear the difference. I hate stainless steel frets in a guitar because they are too trebly for me.
Yeah.
Then you got Evo Gold, those
Evo Gold are very, very, very hard.
very hard, but they're not bright in sound for me.
Not in comparison to stainless steel.
That's
But this is
what
the
I'm
thing.
saying.
So your ears and my ears are different ears.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I can't hear as much as somebody else, so I can't say, okay, no, you're wrong, because maybe you do hear a difference. With frets, for example, if you've got a slot that is twice as deep as the fret, and you don't fill that with glue, I will hear a difference in the sound. Also, your neck is going to be more flexible.
So you mean the slot for the fret?
So where the fret goes in, if you've got it only sitting halfway in and you've got a big hole there, that times 24, that's a lot of cavity.
Exactly, it's a lot of cavity, and there's some kind of air inside or whatever, glue.
Exactly. So you want to fill that with glue, you want to make it as solid as possible, and then it's solid. It's more stable, and it sounds like it's supposed to sound. Unless you want a cavity, in which case you get that sound.
Are you still building guitars? Or
Always.
Yeah? Did you make already your ultimate guitar that you are absolutely 150,000% happy about,
No. There's always something wrong with it, and there's always something to improve. If I get to the point where I've built a perfect guitar, then I might as well stop.
Because that's what Valenti told me. He said, man, I'm never happy with the guitar I make. It's always like I know what's wrong with it, and then the customers come in and it's like, wow, this guitar is so beautiful. Yeah.
Even if there's nothing wrong, with it, you'll come and say, oh, what if I did this? What if I did that? What if I tried this finish or this glue or everybody's making resin guitars nowadays. Everybody's making, you could do fan fret or headless or 8-string or sympathetic strings. There's so many things to do and so much fun to have. I just want to make things.
Is there something that you want to do but you're not able to do yet?
No.
So actually, whatever comes to your mind, whatever comes to your head, you can make a guitar like this, and you can build it.
Yeah.
Is there any material that you want to try and you never tried before? I don't know, like aluminium, carbon fiber, things.
I've worked with carbon fiber, I've worked with aluminium, I've worked with resin, I've worked with acrylic. I want to do because I like the look of it, I want to get carbon fiber cloth and crush it up, and then put that in resin and then carve through it, and it gives a nice look. It's not very stable, but
the resin you mentioned is like very, very popular among everybody.
Yeah,
now,
I know, it's pity, but well, yeah.
That's what you made here. Single cutaway, see-through. Is it gold?
Yeah, gold leaf, 3,000-year-old bog oak. And yes, it's popular. No, it doesn't come off that one.
Okay.
That one's locked.
What about this one? This one's locked as well.
No, he's locked as well. There's 2 guitars that nobody's allowed to touch. But yeah, it's like I said earlier. If somebody else can make it, you can make it. It might take you 50 years to learn how to make a mobile phone. But if you study and you try, you can do it. And with guitars, I've got.
I think guitar is a little bit easier to make than the mobile phone.
It's a little bit more. We've got 50s technology, we've got some wood and some finish, and it's fine. So, in all seriousness, yeah, the more people making things, the better, as far as I'm concerned. That's why I do my YouTube. We've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and people are always watching, people are always learning, and it's amazing.
And that's another thing, where actually when you started making the guitars, you started accordingly with the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
YouTube channel made you famous and known, and actually the guitars you're making made the YouTube channel, so it worked both together, both ways for you. You were one of the first people in the world doing it in such an open manner, because before the guitar making knowledge was like,
my secret.
My secret, I'm the alchemist here, and I want to tell you my secrets. But you just open yourself, and actually you showed every your mistake, everything you achieved, you showed in the video.
Yeah.
Actually, I know it was a good idea, but how you look at it after years now? How you can?
There are millions of people who want guitars. I can only make so many guitars. If I make thousands of people, if I inspire thousands of people to make guitars, it's not going to touch the people that are going to buy my guitars. And I don't mind if it does, because there's more people making things. And for me, it's more important that other people make and get the enjoyment and the fun and the love that I feel when I make something, over me selling a guitar. My business is more teaching than it is the guitar making. And it's more, I like inspiring people. I enjoy what I do, and I want to share that.
Good, very, very good. Actually, that's how it's supposed to be. Because in my country, in Poland, there is like 3 or 4 luthiers making guitars for money, like bigger ones, and they don't want to share. They don't want to have an apprentice, to come to them because they're like, oh, the guy will teach, will learn everything I know, and actually after that he will make a company which will kill my company. I'm like, what the fuck? What kind of thinking is that?
Or pay him a bit more and keep him, and then you make
Exactly. That's what it is. So actually, I'm very glad to you that you are opening this knowledge for everybody in the world, and actually people in New Zealand, Africa, Poland, Russia can watch your channel, and even if they're not going to make guitars, maybe they will know how to set up the bridge and things like that. You know what I mean? So
that's it. At the very least, if the people watching know how to set up their own guitars and they don't go to a luthier to set up their guitar, and they save money doing that.
But from our end, I want to open a service for those people who are not able to do it. So there are some things that you are not able to do for the first time at home. So it's how I was learning all those things. I've made mistake as well. So if you are with the guitar for 20 years, then yes, fine. If you know it, you can set it up for yourself. But if you got guitar for 2-3 years, it's still better to go and ask someone who knows more. You know what I mean?
And that's where it comes to going to a school or a luthier. But yes, it's
Thank you very much, man. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
Thanks a lot. Cheers, guys.
Ciao.